This is worksheet number 14, which actually starts with a review of the end of worksheet 13, where we brought a brisa to prove Rav Zvid's halacha. Rav Zvid, if you remember, said that a borrower only gets the kefel if he actually pays for the thing he was watching. We brought a brisa to prove that, and this worksheet will start again reviewing that brisa. And then at the end of this worksheet, we're going to bring a question from this brisa on the third case of Rav Papa. Just to review that case, which is all the way back in worksheet 12, Rav Papa said in his third case that a borrower who says, "Behold, I will pay," there were two versions what the halacha was in that case. Version one was he does not get the kefel, because a borrower who says, "Behold, I will pay," the owner is not willing to give him the kefel, because the only other thing that he could have said to exempt himself would be that it died from normal use, mei samach mas malacha, but that's not common. So the first version of that case said that you do not get the kefel. The second version, though, says that the borrower does get the kefel, because he could have indeed exempted himself by saying that it died or broke from normal use. Even though maybe that's not common, but he could have done that, so the owner would still give him the kefel. Once again, in worksheet 14 here, we're going to use this brisa that was used to prove that Rav Zvid is right. We're going to use that brisa to ask a question on Rav Papa's third case. So that's the introduction to this worksheet. Let's go ahead and start and review the brisa. Tanya kavase de Rav Zvid. We have a brisa that proves Rav Zvid. What's the brisa? Here's the case. Hashoel para mechavero, someone who borrows a cow from his friend, v'nigneva, and it's stolen, v'kidem hashoel v'shilem, and the borrower comes early and pays, so he actually pays, that's what it sounds like, he came and he paid, v'achar kach nimtza haganev, and after that the thief is found. What's the halacha? Meshalim tashlume kefel l'shoel. The owner is happy for the thief to pay the double payment to the borrower. Why is the owner happy? Well, he actually paid for the cow. So since he paid for the cow, the owner is fine for the thief to pay the double payment to the shoel. So you see, Rav Zvid is right, that the shoel gets the double payment if he actually pays for the cow. Comes along the Gemara now and says, Lelishna kama de Rav Papa, according to the first version of Rav Papa, Vadai lo havi tiyuvta. Certainly, or surely, it is not a challenge. Why not? Let's explore this for a minute. According to the first version of Rav Papa, this brisa is surely not a challenge. Why? So the first version of Rav Papa held that if a borrower says, "Behold, I will pay," the halacha was he does not get the kefel. The Gemara is here saying that is not a challenge from the brisa that we just learned. Although the brisa says that the shoel, the borrower, gets the kefel, that's because the brisa was a case where the shoel actually paid. In Rav Papa's his third case, the shoel only said he was going to pay, and according to the first version of that third case, he does not get the kefel. Well, just because our brisa says he does get the kefel, that's not a challenge, because our brisa is talking about where he actually paid. And Rav Papa's third case is talking about where he only said he was going to pay. So that's fine. That's not a challenge. However, Lelishna Basra, according to the second version of Rav Papa's third case, Lema tehave tiyuvta. Let us say that there is a challenge. What's the challenge? The challenge is that according to the second version of Rav Papa's third case, the shoel does get the kefel when he only just says, "Behold, I will pay." Now, our brisa that we just said to prove Rav Zvid says that the shoel gets the kefel if he actually pays? Well, that's a challenge. That's a problem. Once again, remember, Rav Zvid, and Rav Papa for that matter, both of them were Amoraim, and the Brisa was written at the time of the Mishnayos. So if the Brisa says that a borrower only gets the kefel if he's kidem vishilem, if he actually comes and he pays, so how could Rav Papa, in the second version of that third case, how can he say that the shoel gets the kefel when he only says, Hareini Mishalim, behold, I will pay? That's the Gemara's question, and that brings us to the end of worksheet 14. When we get to worksheet 15, which is the rest of what you see on the screen here, that's going to be the answer to this question.